A deal has been agreed to buy a large part of the high street chain Game, saving more than 3,000 jobs. The computer and video games retailer called in the administrators after running into financial trouble. It couldn't pay its rent bill. It's believed the investment group OpCapita has struck an agreement with its creditors to keep the business going.
Game over for one of the UK's largest entertainment retailers. A lifeline's been thrown to Game Group, which last week announced it had gone into administration. The company's future has been secured after an agreement was reached between private investment firm OpCapita and Game's main creditors. The remaining 333 stores will now stay open, saving over 3,000 jobs. Game ran into trouble last month after a number of companies, including EA, one of the biggest developers in the market, said they weren't prepared to supply new releases to its stores any longer. As a result, the share price plummeted. Administrators PricewaterhouseCoopers said the company's difficulties came about because they grew too big too fast. These are scenes Game is hoping to see again outside its stores, but there are still challenges ahead. Not least stiff competition from online retailers during a difficult time on the high street. Gillian Roberts, BBC News.
Well, Andy Payne is the chairman of UK Interactive Entertainment, the trade association for the British games industry. He's been working to secure this deal and joins us now from our Oxford studio. Good morning. Good news. Are all the jobs and all the shops going to be saved?
I can't say if they will or not. The news thus far is that talks are, very, very advanced with what looks like a fantastic opportunity for Game with OpCapita. Those guys are really experts in the retail field, so I think there's a lot of good things to talk about, and I really hope that all of the remaining jobs at Game will be saved, and the company will be strategised for the future in an online, digital, and a kind of a retail bricks and mortar way.
Yeah, I mean, OpCapita, as you say, a specialist. They bought Comet recently, didn't they, for £2? Reports today say they bought Game for £1. Is that right?
I don't know the actual background on that deal. These things are complex. There's 6 banks involved, as well as all of the creditors and obviously the administrator. I think the key thing is making sure that if and when Game come back, that they come back with the right strategy and the right people leading the business, and I think that's going to be absolutely key. The industry, the games industry, the UK games industry especially, really needs a specialist like Game, and the customers, the consumers, the gamers, they all need Game as well. So it's got to be good news for everybody. It's got to be a win-win.
Well, yeah, you see, I mean, the management tried very hard, didn't they, to save this, but what flummoxed them in the end was this £21 million rent bill by accounts. Do you think that the government or the lenders could have done more to have kept a lifeline open for this company when you say it is so important for the British gaming industry? Yeah,
I think that's a very good point. The game management fought tooth and nail. They worked hard with the industry, and they worked hard with the banking sector, and the government certainly didn't want to see a business that employs some 5,000 people under 30 going out of business. That is really tragic. There are a number of structural issues that they faced as a business, not least their businesses in other territories such as France and Australia have not performed up to standard. It's a real tragedy that the UK business, which is delivered consistently profits for the Game Group, has kind of been penalised by business that's effectively failed elsewhere. So this deal, I believe, is going to be focused on the UK, which I think will mean that the new business going forward has got a very good chance of success, and that's got to be good news for everybody.
But it might be a very different looking new business, might it not? Because they've got debts of £85 million. Now, a company like OpCapita coming in to turn that around, it's going to have to take some pretty difficult decisions.
Yeah, I mean, it will be a different business for sure. It needs to be a different business. It needs to embrace the new business models, the online business models, as well as the traditional, packaged goods model. So I think that everybody needs to.
Wrong. I mean, it had this debt, it had this rent bill as well. But where do you think Game went wrong when ostensibly it's been such a success story?
I think there's a number of areas where one could probably comment. Not least the expansion was very rapid. And Game acquired GameStation a number of years ago, and that was the right move for the business. But practically, it put a number of stores almost next door to each other in a number of towns and cities around the UK. I think that issue there, front and centre, was problematic. But also, Game, by their own admission, was slow to get into the online world, and we're in a digital business. Albeit digital products can be sold by download or online or streamed, as well as by packaged goods. And I think that the new version of Game will have to be much more open about how to sort of deal with the online world.
Okay, Andy Payne, Chairman of the UK Interactive Entertainment Trade Association for the games industry, thank you very much. 10 past 10.